Hey everyone, it's me, Chris from Body Nova Fitness Coaching. I'm here. I've done the did the exercise tutorials for at-home workouts, or basically body weight workouts and things like that. So I wanted to basically let you guys know or tell you about the ways to make them more challenging, because I didn't give you guys sets and reps in them, because there's an infinite amount of ways to use those exercises. So I didn't want you limited, because some people think, okay, well, I have to build muscle, so I need to lift heavy weights. I have to lose fat, so I have to lift light weights. I'm just a beginner, so everything has to be easy. And that is not the case. Because I myself, I'm in a phase where I have to lift lighter, I have to use lighter weights right now. And, because I'm working on something here. But so with that, later on in the video, I'm going to use a program that I did for bodyweight exercises, using the exercises in the first two videos. First thing I wanted to say is, no matter what your goal is, all right, you're going to have some sort of progressive overload, okay? It doesn't matter if you're trying to build muscle. It doesn't matter if you're trying to lose body fat. You have to be working to get better. You know what I mean? And there's another principle. It's called the SAID principle, specific adaptation to imposed demand. So basically, whatever your goals require, you're going to have to exercise in a way that's going to give you what you need to get to the goals. Like, you can't just say, oh, well, everybody's different, and then just do something that will never produce the outcome that you want and then hope to achieve that outcome. It doesn't work that way. So with that being said, getting back to progressive overload, okay? Now, there's 7 areas of progressive overload. I've gone over them in detail in other videos. So if you need a link to that video or any of those videos or posts or anything like that, you can inbox me. But with progressive overload, just shortly, okay, most people only think of it as being this, and overload, because just basic overload, load is weight. So you can lift more weight. All right. And that's the duh. All right. And if you, let's just say, for example, I want to lift a weight 20 times. And when I can lift it a little bit more than 20, maybe even a little bit more than 22, okay, then I want to increase that weight to put me in the rep range that gives me what I want, okay, that helps me achieve what I'm trying to achieve. And that's kind of what it is with more weight. Okay, so second is I have it increased time under tension, which is TUT, time under tension. So as you lift a weight, most people lift a weight and it's just this. Okay, so we tend to, I usually tend to have people slow it down, especially if they're trying to build muscle or they're really, really trying to get some good fat loss there. They'll slow it down. So those muscles have to work more, have to work longer. So it shakes the system up and your body adapts in a certain way based on all the other variables you have. Sometimes if it's fat loss, your nutrition plays a role. If it's muscle gain, your nutrition going anyway, another way plays a goal, or plays a role in the goal. So think about that. All right. Volume, basically research will show you the people who perform the most volume should get the most results, provided you can recover from it. And that's the part that most people leave out. Your lifestyle, the way you eat, sleep, all the other stuff, talked about a lot of that before, that all determines if you could recover from a workout. And if you recover from a workout, you might need to go more volume to shake yourself up and help you get what you want. All right, density. All right, so density is just basically work per unit time. Let's just put it that way. So one of the things differences between men and women recover faster aerobically than men. So if I have a man and a woman doing the same same program, or same type of program, one of the things I would look to do, okay, is the woman stronger than the male? Probably not. Okay, is she smaller than the male? Okay, probably so. So one of the things I would look at is giving her shorter rest. So let's just say per unit of time, she's getting more work done. And I'm going to explain that a little bit later with escalating density workouts. I've been using them for years and they're great. But I'll go into that more detail in a little bit. Okay. Exercise selection. You can change the exercises. Of course, those are obvious, but you want the exercises to do what you need them to do, meaning that you're not going to change a squat, say, okay, well, I'm gonna change an exercise. So I'm not gonna do a squat, I'm gonna do a barbell curl. And that's not the way that it works. If you need your legs to make progress, either get stronger, build muscle, you get the point. All right. Okay. Decrease the rest. Now, this kind of goes along with density, but it may not be per unit time. It's just like, hey, you recover faster, you're getting in better shape, you have less rest. Okay, so it's not, you'll see what I mean later. All right, and frequency. So what research shows is, because there was a big internet debate about bro splits versus, full body workouts, and full body workouts are always supposed to be better. I actually did a video on this too, but basically what it is, bottom line is, a lot of the times researchers who don't really work with people tend to view the world through a straw. So when you view the world through a straw, you don't see the whole picture. You only see what's immediately in front of you, right? So summing up that video is, you can do, okay, I don't do one body part a day, usually multiple, but you can do full body parts. Full body is good for beginners, because if you put a load on them too much, like if you have too many exercises for the same body part, beginners, they might break down. Where someone advanced like me, I can do tons of exercises for the same body part because I'm conditioned to do so. So with that being said, that frequency, so if they work their body, they work their squat or their legs 3 times a week, they were able to get stronger than the person that did all their leg work on one day, provided that all the volume across the 2 workouts were the same. But if I do body parts, it's easier for me to increase the volume than it is in a full body workout. And like I said, if you want that video, inbox me, tell me, and I'll send you that link, or basically I'll send you a link to that video. All right. So with all that being said, you're using progressive overload to always find the opportunity to be better, the opportunity to improve yourself. Okay, so escalating density workouts, the concept has been around forever, but nobody put a name to it, and until Charles Taylor, I think it was somewhere between 98 and 2001. What escalating density is like, for example, let's say you're going to do pull up and bench press. I usually make them not the same muscle group, because you'll burn out very quickly. Opposing muscle groups, and I usually will work it in a superset. All right. So with escalating density, I will have you, or the program has you, okay, let's say that you have an exercise, and you can, with this exercise, you can lift this weight. Maybe you're going for fat loss, and you can lift this weight 20 times. Okay, so when you start escalating density, you're only going to lift that weight 15 times on the first set. So let's say you got your bench press and you got your pull-up, so that pull down. So you can perform 20 reps, you stop at 15 on the first set. Okay, you're on a timer. So let's just say in this case, 10 minutes. So you set that timer for 10 minutes, and you're going back and forth between the exercises. You're not taking rest periods. You're not trying to get over to the exercise. So I see people who do this. Yeah, I'm on this density program. Let me get over to this bar. Let me make this really lengthy long setup for the bar. Oh my gosh, I gotta catch my breath. Get out of that. No, 15 seconds, you're supposed to have that bar up and moving. Okay, so you're going back and forth, and you're trying to record how many reps you did on each one until that 10 minutes is up. Then you take a little break and then you move on to the next set of exercises. So escalating density is really good, especially if you're using body weight exercises, something where there's not a high amount of risk, or it isn't really technically, it's not a really technical lift, or the person doing it has the lift mastered. So you're escalating density, you're trying to get as much reps in a given time period. So in successive workouts, when you repeat that workout, you're gonna try to do more reps, okay, in that same amount of time, or somehow, if it's not a body weight exercise, you're gonna lift more weight, maybe slightly more weight in the same amount of time for the same amount of reps, okay? Or you can get the same amount done in less time, all right? And then maybe after you master it, you can increase the time. Those are the ways that you can use this escalating density workout. Works really well with body weight workouts. Really great for fat loss or great for muscle gain. You just got to adjust the loads that you use. All right. Great program. Hunnits. I call it Hunnits because when I right about the time I started using the program. What's the guy's name? Was it Big Sean? No, it wasn't Big Sean. It was Tyga. Had that song Rack City, and at the end of it goes Hunnits. Anyway, so I named the program Hunnits. I didn't make it up. It's been around forever as far as I know. So that's why I got my Rack City. Anyway, with that, if you take a weight that you can only lift 20 times, and again, this is something I do in supersets. So when you're resting, you're still getting work done. Okay, you're not just sitting around resting, because people won't just be disciplined and rest 15, 20 seconds. They'll try to rest a minute, 2 minutes. You know what I mean? Because our minds were wired for easy. We're not wired to be gritty and push through the pain and discomfort and things like that. So I'll usually do it in a superset. And I'll show you again an example later where I use this in the client steel there. All right. And you're with that weight that you're going to lift 20 times, only 20 times. I got to say this because people, again, they try to take the easy route, or they grossly underestimate what they can lift. All right. So, and they keep going until they alternating back and forth till they hit 100 reps. Great program. You can get a lot done with that. If you're advanced enough to do that. All right. I'm using some half Egypts right now because of my limited equipment at home. I do have adequate gym, but it's a little limited. But basically, again, let's say I trick it a whole bunch of different ways. But let's say I'm doing incline curls. And then maybe incline curls versus incline flies. So what I do is I'll do the incline fly for 20 reps, incline curl for 20 reps, incline fly for 15 reps, incline curl for 15 reps, incline fly for 12 reps, incline fly for 12 reps, incline curl for 12 reps, incline fly for 12 or 10 reps again, and then again with the curl. That is all one set. So I'm just basically alternating back and forth as fast as possible until I get that done. Now, if I did the full Egypt, I would go back up. I would go 20, 15, 12, 12, 15, 20. I would work my way back up, all while using the same weight. Very tough program, but it's very effective if you're advanced enough to do it. Most people aren't advanced enough to do it, so the half one works, and the half one works very well. If you're willing to work hard towards. And I think there's an example. I have an example in other videos, not in this one. But I'll have to look at that program again. All right, circuits. There's always different ways of, I use supersets, I use trisets, I use giant sets, and things like that, where I might pair exercises for the same body part if they're trying to build that body part up, or maybe different body parts that they're just trying to keep moving and create the conditions to burn body fat. But those are always good. Not so much if you don't have the proper weight, you might not be able to get away with it. But those are always good. Now,